my PLE in under 10 minutes. I work from home on my laptop and do schoolwork as well. An additional monitor, so that's my little depiction of that. We've got George Mason, certainly the cohort of students that I'm involved with going through for my PhD in education through George Mason with a focus on instructional technologies and educational leadership. I have the GMU IT listserv, which I subscribe to and get way too many job announcements, and I'm already employed. But that leads to us to further functionality where maybe the listserv can be parsed out for various functionalities. I just wanted to point that out. Certainly Blackboard, where we get a lot of activities. This semester, there's two versions of Blackboard. I presently can't sign into the CE6 version. It's not recognizing my email. The joys of technology. Obviously, my ePortfolio, that's a requirement for the PhD program. To have an e-portfolio. So, and that is actually my PLE that I'm developing for my first review actually at the end of this semester, my third semester in the program. And so really have been able to make use of a lot of what we've learned through EDIT 772 as a result of that. That's a WordPress.com template, and I'm really looking into the Creative Commons licensing for a part of that. Certainly what we've got set up through EduBlogs, the resource there. Simply adding to the 2.0 hysteria is my contribution there. Many of you, I'm sure, have seen that as we've reviewed each other's EduBlogs over the course of this course of instruction. We've got our PB Wiki that's going on. We get most of our activities through there, of course. The EduBlogs, Creative Commons, all the various features that we've taken advantage of in learning about 2.0 through this class. I will point out this coloring scheme that you'll see. Green is either where I'm directly involved and also kind of comments on the currency of the network or the 2.0 technology that's being used. So that's the color scheme. Also, if there's a shadowing, it implies there's some depth to that environment. Moving to the north here, the Federal Government Distributed Learning Association, nonprofit that I'm president of, designed to bring federal government officials together to discuss our common problems and issues of concern. Hosted on GoDaddy, I use Microsoft Expression. This is a bit of a yellowed box because I've had to actually take over a little bit of the uh, the website management, and so there's that. FGDLA.net actually is our Ning network, which is by invitation only, to bring these individuals together and discuss our common problems. I also maintain a blog there. Well, somewhat maintain that blog there. To try and talk again about issues that we commonly face. The network's on Ning. There's also a Facebook opportunity that is available for the fun side of bringing these professionals together. The blog is also through WordPress, and I've really been encouraged to look at the Creative Commons licensing for a lot of what I post there. Coming down to the south, my wife and I are very involved in our church and our faith, and so with that, Calvary Road Baptist out here in Alexandria is our home church. I'm involved with the men's ministry, and not on the website end of things. Those are already provided for by other individuals, but we are both my wife and I exploring the use of Ning for bringing folks together. So on the men's side, there's that going on. On the young adult side, the ministry that my wife and I both serve in, we have set up a what's called Change Point Network for the young adults, and we include ourselves in that category. Using again Ning, and certainly the host of resources that we turn to out there on the web for the learning environment. Stand to Reason, str.org, something that I would encourage folks to explore, and certainly the Blue Letter Bible if you just have looking up some verses that might come to mind, what have you. Down into the southeast corner here, we use Network Magic at Home. I've got my personal blog, which again is a bit dated, but it's out there for comments and things that I'd put out that wouldn't necessarily fit into the school work or the professional work, but of a personal nature. Of course, I'm involved in a couple other Ning networks. Out there, whether it has to do with the Ning developers, Ning creators, or tattoos, or what have you. So LinkedIn also, place to kind of, again, bring people together, and Facebook for family and friends. The blog is, again, GoDaddy, WordPress, and the like, and certainly the resources for video and that to keep people up to speed in other forms of media. Um, when time allows, certainly the PSP, the PS2, and online, and at a distant fourth or fifth would be exploring Second Life. That's the recreational aspects that are woefully underused with everything else that's going on. Uvu and Skype, when the wife is out of town, this is or myself, this is how we're connecting. So we use those. Um, Quickly finishing off with the work environment, certainly not the least. I've got this connection between the work through the Department of Homeland Security, in which I'm employed as a federal government employee, and the nonprofit. And so trying to make that connection there as much as possible to share common experiences and issues. Linked in with Office of Personnel Management on listserv for IT and learning and development issues. The LinkedIn, again, being a nice way to make connections professionally. As a working group that I chair at the DHS headquarters level, serving all the components of the department, all 8 of the components of the department, TSA, Secret Service, Customs Border Protection, Coast Guard, what have you. I actually announced this past Thursday that I already have established last night a PB Wiki for trying to come together and develop a common standard for online content. We all have differing standards, and I'm going to try and orchestrate this opportunity to use a tool that I got exposed to actually this semester through EDIT 772. To try and collaborate with folks and bring together a common standard for the department. The ever-present BlackBerry, and then here's where a lot of the fun happens in my life. I love my job, and certainly working with the Advanced Distributed Learning Collaboration Laboratory, funded out of the Office of Secretary of Defense out of the Pentagon, the CoLab Hub headquarters out of Alexandria, and others. This is, again, that ADL at large environment that is very work related, trying to bridge between Department of Homeland Security and NORAD Northcom and DoD forces and what have you. Exploration of Second Life and modeling and simulation in general is really becoming a hot topic since it directly contributes to our preparedness and our human performance at the end of the day. So hopefully you've enjoyed the tour, and I hope it was informative. If you have any questions, certainly don't be afraid to comment.